Hello and welcome back. With this video, we will talk about preposition tra or fra. They are both equivalent. You can use both of them. They are the same. Tra or fra, they are both completely common. No big deal. Don't even ask me, is it the same? Yes, it is the same. Okay. I mean, feel free to ask me questions, but I just told you tra or fra, they are the same. All right. That being said, let me introduce you to the topic with a quick fun digression, which is about the word fratello. Why is that? So, you guys in English, or at least in some areas of the English speaking world, some demographics, some people say brother. Well, all of you guys say brother, but some of you guys say also bro, right? You make it shorter. Okay, brother becomes bro. Fratello means brother, and in some areas of the country, they say fra in order to make it shorter. So brother is fratello and bro is fra. Okay. So if you are in Rome, let's say, and you hear somebody say fra, they are not throwing the preposition fra randomly. They are just calling their bro, probably. Okay. Hey, fra, vieni qui, come over here, right? Just to give you an example. Okay. This is a nice cultural effect. This is something that is not really happening, doesn't really happen in the north. In the center and south of the country, definitely. In Rome, for sure. In some areas, they also say frate, so they cut the double L-O, but fra is common over there. So now you know that fratello is brother, and there is also the shorter version in some areas of the country, which is fra, which is basically the same thing of bro, right? But that being said, let's do some proper work. So preposition tra or fra is used when we want to convey the concept of between, or when we are working, we are conveying a time frame in the future. More on this in a minute. Let's start with between. So the supermarket is between the church and John's house. Il supermercato è tra la chiesa e la casa di John. Fairly easy. Let me give you another fun fact about supermarket. The translation is supermercato, but supermarket is very, very acceptable in Italy. I would say that supermarket has been imported into the Italian dictionary some decades ago when German tourists, Dutch tourists, and all those guys from the north of Europe started to get here in the summer, during the summer, for their summer holiday. In order to make their life easier, in order to have a tourists more happy, in order to make them happy, in order to show the Italian tourist is more open. In the north, especially in the northeast, they started to open supermarkets and not supermercati, okay, which is the plural supermercato, as you should know. Not because there is a difference in the meaning, it's the same thing. They just thought that it was a nice idea to be more international, since Italy started to welcome new tourists from north of Europe, central and north of Europe. Okay, so if you don't remember supermercato, although it's a fairly easy word, feel free to use supermarket and treat it as masculine, right? Because the Italian counterpart is masculine. Okay, supermercato tra la chiesa e la casa di John. Chiesa is church, casa di John is the house of John. Preposition di, we already talked about this a lot. Now, give me this one. There is a strong friendship between Federico and Filippo. Federico is one of my closest friends, for the record. There is, you will learn very soon how to say there is and there are. For now, it's, remember, for now, take down the note that there is c'è, C apostrophe E with the accent. You don't have the Italian accent in your keyboard, so just throw C apostrophe E apostrophe, okay? Friendship is amicizia, which is clearly singular feminine, and strong is one of those weird adjectives, pardon me, that do not really change. They end up with a in singular and with e in plural. Or if you want to read it in English, they end up with e in English in the singular and in I in the plural. So give me this one. I'm going to give you, let's say, a minute and 15 seconds. Pause this video. And the translation is: c'è una forte amicizia tra Federico e Filippo. There is a. Why is it una? Because a is connected to friendship, which we said is singular feminine. Una amicizia. I decided to throw forte in front of it just because, but also c'è un'amicizia forte is completely correct. And if in your notes you wrote c'è un'amicizia forte with the apostrophe, well done. So maybe you have written the sentence this way. And in this case, my friend, well done, because it means that you remembered about the double vowel thing. So well done, right? Why did I decide to throw forte in front of amicizia? Just because I knew I was going to give you this extra note. All right, it was part of the plan. That was my plan, just to make sure that yes, stick to the general cool advice of putting adjectives after the noun. But like I always say, it's also possible to put them in front of the noun. Okay. Now let's carry on with the case scenario time frame in the future. I will go to Mexico in 2 months. Okay. I will is future tense to Mexico, movement towards a place, towards a country, to be more specifically, to be more specific, in 2 month time frame when the time frame is in the future, in 2 months. Okay. Now you don't know the future tense yet. And now I want to give you an hack, or at least a spoiler about a hack, which is very important. You do not need to learn the future tense, the conjugation in the future tense, as long as you put the time frame somewhere. If you put the time frame somewhere, you can use the present tense. So basically, this sentence sounds like I go to Mexico in 2 months. In Italian, it's completely acceptable. And to be honest, from my understanding, also in English. Okay. Probably not perfect, but it works. So do not be afraid about the future tense. You will learn it. I will teach you the future tense in the future, no pun intended. Why in the future? Because it's not useful at this stage. It's not very useful in general because, like I said, we can hack it by using the present tense and a time frame. So I vado in Messico tra 2 mesi, tra or fra. Okay, so give me this one, please. Joya and I want to visit the United States of America in 4 months. Okay, to visit is visitare. We already seen that USA is Stati Uniti, but since I'm a nice human being, I'm gonna write it down here. Careful, because Stati Uniti is considered to be an area of the world, major region, and it starts with st. Now, to be honest, now that I think about it, do not overthink the area of the word, because to visit is not a movement verb. You throw the adjective, so you have to pay attention about the article to be more precise with my hint. Okay, start with st. Right, careful with this. So do the work, give me the translation, and the translation is: Gioia e io vogliamo visitare gli Stati Uniti tra 4 mesi. Vogliamo, because the subject is basically we want. After want must and can, we throw the infinitive. Visitare, gli. Plural masculine for the article the, when the noun starts with st, sp, and yada yada yada. Tra 4 mesi. Okay, so I really hope that this video was clear. If not, you know how to reach out to me. You can also, as usual, use the Facebook group to ask questions, and I will see you in the very next video.